Hello everybody, welcome back to my astrology channel. So in today's video, I will be talking about the full moon in Capricorn that occurs on the 24th of June 2021. And this occurs at roughly about 3 degrees Capricorn. Now, full moon is a time of culmination and illumination. It's a time of greater clarity and understanding of your emotional nature and any relationship dynamics that you're in during that time. And this relationship dynamic can be anybody, not just your romantic and spousal relationship. It can be your parents, colleagues, siblings, work colleagues, anybody whom you are in a one-to-one interaction with, because it's a full moon and sun and moon are opposite to each other. So during this time, sun is in the sign of Cancer and moon is in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Cancer sign and Capricorn sign both are cardinal sign. Now, the cardinal sign is about direct action. It's about going forward, and it's about impulsiveness. So this moon in Capricorn can create that kind of situation where you are a bit more energized and you're moving forward, and whatever you were prepping in the last few weeks or even earlier this year, so anything that is underway, you will feel the emotional need and impulsivity to take these actions to move forward. Now, it is an earth sign. Capricorn is an earth sign, so you will feel whatever emotions you're feeling. It will be very real to you. You'll feel it very realistically, and it's not a superficial emotions. Whatever you're feeling is very deep rooted and very real for you. So you will be taking action based on these emotions because you're ready to go and you're moving forward, and everything is feels more real and more concrete. So you are ready to go forward. Now, this full moon in Capricorn is after the Gemini solar eclipse that occurred in the second week of June. So during that time, Mercury was retrograde and it was making an aspect to Neptune, and there was a bit of confusion and reluctance to move forward because there was not enough clarity or not enough information to take that step forward. But this full moon in Capricorn on the 24th of June relates to the new moon that occurred in December 2019, which occurred very near the degree of this current full moon, which is 3 degree full Capricorn. The December 2019 new moon in Capricorn occurred roughly around 4 degrees. So that new moon in Capricorn in December was a lot about inner courage and inner awakening and seeing, being hopeful even in the middle of adversity and difficult situation. Now, that new moon in December 2019 was about inner awakening. It was about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and really picking yourself up and building up that inner courage to take your life forward. Even in the middle of difficult situation, obstacles, and any kind of adversities, that energy was about picking yourself and moving forward. Now, this full moon in June 2021, on the 24th of June 2021, is bringing that energy to a culmination. It's a very ambitious, forward moving energy, this full moon in Capricorn. And you will tend to feel more responsible to take action and moving forward. It's almost like it's an inner responsibility to yourself and to your family and to your relationship and the people around you to move in that direction. You're really feeling the energy and the forward motion to move things forward now. Because since December 2019, a lot has happened across the world and in your personal life as well. Things are not same as it was before, and you will feel this energy that things needs to move forward now. The things that were stuck needs to move forward. And after the solar eclipse, which was a initiating energy in terms of moving forward with action and being more curious and taking initiative, this full moon in Capricorn will really build on that energy, and this now is the time where you're emotionally feeling really ready to take direct action. Now this full moon in Capricorn is being aspected by Jupiter in a very positive way and a very harmonious way. So this full moon is an ambitious full moon, is a direct action full moon, very very realistic emotions and moving forward energy. Jupiter's energy is positive, open-minded and forward moving. Now it's sextiling this full moon in Capricorn, so there's almost a divine help in that matter. So if you're moving something forward, there's a help from Jupiter. It's optimistic and positive energy, so it's really helping you create that situation where things are a little bit more smoother. Now during this full moon in Capricorn, Saturn, which is a ruler of Capricorn, is squaring Uranus in Taurus. Now this square is kind of a waning of square. It's not very strong, because it was very strong around the solar eclipse on the 10th of June, the new moon in Gemini. Around that time it was quite strong, because the square occurred on the 14th of June. But now it's 24th of June and the energy is not as strong. So it's not as much disruptive as it was in the middle of June. So you might feel some restriction until the end of June, but then after the full moon in Capricorn, things will start rolling and you'll feel more freedom and more space to do things that you want to do. Now full moon is about relationship, and the planet of relationship is Venus, and Venus during this full moon is in Cancer and is opposite Pluto in Capricorn in a very near tight degree. So it's all about relationship, and you will feel emotional need, the tendency to depend on the other person. And it's not a bad idea if you're stuck in a rut and if you need help. If there's somebody you can call upon and ask for help and support, it's a good idea to do that. But do be careful of any kind of power struggle or any kind of jealousy or intimidation due to this Pluto opposing the Venus in Cancer, because Venus in Cancer is a very soft and nurturing energy. Now opposing Pluto in Capricorn, which is a bit about power struggle. So you might feel that relationship that are not harmonious and conducive and is not supportive and smooth may cause a bit of disruption in terms of relationships. So be wary of whom you are depending on, and you're not depending too much on somebody else for your own well-being. So be careful of that. So do use this energy to transform yourself and grow yourself, but don't depend too much on it that it is restricting your growth and hindering your growth. So now I will talk about the effect of the full moon in Capricorn on each sign. So you just need to see where the Capricorn sign sits in your chart, birth chart, and which house it influences. For Aries, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 10th house. Now, 10th house is the house of vocation, your career, your reputation and your image. So full moon in your 10th house is bringing to culmination and clarity and a full understanding of your career situations at Aries. Now, you have been working very hard towards your career in your job for quite some time, Aries, and you also experiencing kind of a change and transformation in this area of your life. Now this full moon in Capricorn will give you more clarity in your career house. Aries and Capricorn both are cardinal sign, though they're elementally different. One is a fire sign and Capricorn is an earth sign, but they are both about direct action and moving forward. The nature of it may be different, but they are about forward motion. So full moon in your 10th house is making you think about what to do next. So do you want to continue with the career you're in, or you want to end the career and move on to something else? Or maybe you want to just bring about a little changes here and there, or maybe take on more responsibility or less responsibility. So your career house is really transforming and is changing, and you are really giving it a thought. What is next for you? Now, Jupiter is sextiling this full moon in Capricorn, and your Jupiter is in Pisces in your 12th house. So you are using your instinct and your subconscious and your gut instinct and your intuition to think and take steps and really get an idea of what you want next in your vocation, in your purpose. What's your purpose in life? What is it you want to do next, Aries? Now, from full moon in the 10th house, it aspects your 4th house, which is where the sun sits in the sign of Cancer. And 4th house is your house of your family environment, is home environment, it's your stability and security, where you feel safe. So you will tend to be more nurturing and taking care of these themes in your life, whether it's family members of or your own emotional security or your own emotional comfort level. You will have more focus in these areas. So you are really so around this Capricorn full moon, you are really thinking about what's next for you and how to go about, especially in terms of your career, and you're balancing it out with a relationship and your own emotional comfort level. Now, with Jupiter in the 12th house, it's good time to use your intuition and gut instinct as to what you want to do. Now, along with Jupiter, Neptune is also in the 12th house in the sign of Pisces, and both Jupiter and Neptune are very comfortable in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Jupiter is the traditional ruler or co-ruler of Pisces. So both these planets are very comfortable in this house, in this sign. So Jupiter in Pisces brings a sense of optimism, hope, and positive thinking in terms of what you want to do in your life, and it is a very harmonious aspect with the full moon in Capricorn in your 10th house. So you will have this willingness as well to take action or to bring about certain kind of change, or you will have a full understanding of what you want to do and where you want to take your life, your career especially. Now, this full moon in 10th house is a very good time as well to take these action, because you're feeling very hopeful and you're feeling very positive, and you're getting kind of a good vibe from your authority figure and your work environment as well. So you're feeling very positive in these areas. So if you want to go for a promotion, or if you want to take on more responsibility, or if you want to break away from the career that you're in and you want to do something else, it's a very positive time to initiate all this thing and to take steps in these directions, especially if there is something that you have been thinking about for a long time, or working on it, prepping for it, but it's not become a full-fledged thing for you yet. It's a good time post this full moon in Capricorn to initiate these things. Now, your ruler Mars, Aries, is in the sign of Leo now since 11th of June. Now, it's a great time because it's trining your sign Aries, and Mars is the energy that makes you move forward. Now, it was in the sign of Cancer, so things were a bit more slower and not much action oriented, but now you can really move things forward. So overall for you, Aries, during this full moon in Capricorn, your career aspect is being fully realized by you, and you are ready to take some action. Your career is in focus, so you are refocusing your energies on your career now, with your ruling planet also in a fire sign, which is positive to your sign. So you are really feeling that energy to push things forward now. You are ready to take more responsibility as well, Aries. So use this energy to make something happen in whatever you want to do. And Jupiter and the positive harmonious aspect of Jupiter on this full moon is also helping you being more positive, broad-minded, and really very optimistic and harmonious, and more happy and generous energy that is really helping you to move your whatever aspirations you have and goals and ambition you have regarding your career matters. It's helping you to take that path. So use this Capricorn lunation to move forward, or to make changes, or to completely end what you are in and start something that you want to get into, and really take a new direction in your life path and in your career and your vocation in life. Something that is helping you grow, and something that's making you positive and happy, and you're really using your energy, the cardinal energy, and all the experiences that you have gathered until now, all the hard work that you've done. Use all that energy to move into the direction of whatever you want to do, Aries. Taurus, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is all about your belief system. It's about your philosophy and meaning of life, and how you see the world, and what is your experience, what is your perspective. That's what 9th house is about. It's also expanding your mind through foreign influence, different culture, experiencing different cultures, or higher learning, and travel. So expanding your mind, opening up your mind, and creating new belief system, or understanding your own belief system through a wider perspective. It's about the big picture in life. So that's where your full moon is occurring, Taurus. Now, this full moon in Capricorn is an earthy sign, just like you. You're an earth sign. So it is a harmonious aspect for you, Taurus. Now, the solar eclipse that occurred on the 10th of June in Gemini may have not been a smooth time for you. It may have been a bit disruptive in terms of your finances, and you might have had a difficult time during that time, Taurus. Now, with this full moon in Capricorn, you are feeling a little bit more relaxed, and you're feeling a little bit more, and you're feeling a bit better, because you are ready to see things in a different perspective. Your mind is opening up, and you're a little bit more positive, and you're understanding things from a higher perspective now, Taurus. So now Jupiter is in Pisces, which is in a harmonious aspect to this full moon in Capricorn. So you will feel a bit more relaxed, and trying to handle the messy situation that you were in the early part of June, and finding a bit more relief and relaxation now, because you're thinking from a different perspective now, Taurus. Now, Taurus, this different perspective that you're seeing things in now comes from your own inner assertion. So you are understanding, and you are finding a way out of the difficulties, obstacles, frustration that you were in the early part of June. You are finding a different way to handle this, because your mind is you're thinking differently. Your mindset is changed now. With Jupiter aspecting this full moon, you are thinking about growth as well. That's why you are moving away from the obstacle and the messiness that was created early on. So you're trying to move away and move forward with the new energy. And this Jupiter sextiling full moon in Capricorn is helping you to focus more on yourself and your growth and your mindset. And you can do this through interacting with foreign cultures, or higher learning, or something you want to educate yourself or open your mind. And it may not be a structured education qualification, but even reading books, or learning new things, or just interacting with people, or interacting with, if you've got mentors or teachers, speaking to them, all this will help you change your mindset and understand the circumstances and heal from it and grow from it, and really handle the difficulties that you were in. You will be able to see it from a different perspective, and hence you will be able to handle it better post the Capricorn full moon on 24th of June. Now it is Cancer season, Taurus, and Cancer is a harmonious sign for you. Now Cancer sign is in your 3rd house, and 3rd house is the house of your close ties, your siblings, your community, your neighborhood. So Sun is in the sign of Cancer during this full moon. and Venus is also in the sign of Cancer. So you're very much interested in connecting and bonding with the close ties in your life. Now Jupiter is in the 11th house, which is a social house. It's a house of your social circle. So from there, Jupiter is aspecting the your house, third house, which is a sign of Cancer, in a positive, is a positive aspect. So you're very much keen in getting involved in your social circle, your close ties, and really get out and use your energy to have a nice experience with your social group and your close ties during this full moon. Now, if you're involved in any kind of group activities or any projects or teamwork, then this Jupiter in the 11th house is also really helping you grow and really be successful in these group projects and at least have a positive outcome in these areas. Now, the ruler of this full moon in Capricorn is Saturn, and Saturn is in your 10th house of career. So your career environment and your just generally your reputation is changing, and you are working hard in those areas as well, and you want to grow and achieve your goals and ambitions, and you are working towards that. So during this full moon in Capricorn, Taurus, it's a great time to open your mind and see things in a different perspective. Now you are a fixed sign and you are prone to stubbornness, so it's a good idea to use this energy to see things a bit differently. Now with your social group and your close ties coming into picture and forming a harmonious aspect to this full moon, maybe a relationship and people in your life can help you see things differently, including your mentors and teachers, or any team environment that you're in, or group activity that you're in, or any social circle. All these themes, all these people, relationship can come and play a part in your broadening your mind, and it's a good time to consult and ask for support, or connect and bond with people who are helping you grow your mindset. You're also very interested in traveling if that's possible, and also expanding your mind and learning new things and interacting with people who are foreign to you. So it's a great time to do all this thing, Taurus. Gemini, for you the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 8th house. Now 8th house is the house of your joint resources, of social finance. It's also the trust house, the commitment house, where your relationship, the intimate relationship, you consolidate more trust and commitment into it. It's a very private house, and it's a house of commitment. Now, during the full moon, the 2nd house is the axis of the 8th house, because full moon is in the 8th house and sun is in the 2nd house. So it's a money axis. 2nd and 8th house is the money axis. Now, Gemini, your ruler Mercury was retrograde for most of the month of June. Now, since 22nd of June, Mercury is direct now. So during this full moon in Capricorn, Mercury is moving forward, and it's in your 1st house. So you have this theme of money aspect of your joint finances on your personal income with Mercury in the 1st house. You're feeling fully ready and energized to take these themes forward. Now during this full moon in Capricorn, you're definitely in that mindset of working together with your partner, or in relationship, whichever one you're in relationship you are in. You're ready to join forces and work towards a goal together. Now your own contribution in your joint finances will also grow, because you have planets in your 2nd house, and it's a very good time, very positive time to make those moves. Jupiter is in your 10th house in a Pisces, and is very harmoniously aspecting the full moon and the sun in Cancer. So there is definitely possibility of you taking the next step in your career to increase your personal finances. So you may get a promotion, or you may change job and get a well-paying job, or a job that pays more than what you're currently getting paid. Now during this full moon, you're definitely presenting yourself to your full potential as well, Gemini, because Mercury is in your 1st house and it's your ruling planet. So you're definitely very much communicative, and your style of communication, how you're projecting, how you're coming across to your authority figure and people who are making decisions, if you're going for a job interview, or changing job, or seeking a promotion, or just presenting yourself and being visible, so that you are able to get that promotion and the pay rise. So you are able to do these things going forward after the full moon in Capricorn, or in fact post the Mercury retrograde. You are already in that element, so this full moon in Capricorn is going to really help you activate your money access. So you may get a pay rise due to your projection of yourself to the authority figure, and it's all harmonious, and it's quite helping and supportive. And people will see, the people who are making the authority figure, who are the decision maker, they are seeing you, they're observing you, and you are visible to them. So you will be considered when there is an opportunity to climb up the career ladder, and to meet your goals and ambitions and move forward in life. You will have that opportunity, and you will have that support from people as well to move you upwards. Now, this entire Cancer season, the entire month of when the sun is in Cancer, your money access, your money house is activated. So your money, personal income, and your sense of self-worth through that, and your values and your resources, and all these are getting activated. So there's opportunity to make growth, to grow in these areas. And with Jupiter in the 10th house with Neptune there, it's definitely enhancing your reputation and growing you, and fulfilling your career dreams, whatever you have. So it's definitely helping you. So it's a very harmonious time for you, Geminis. And it's post the solar eclipse in your sign on the 10th of June, when it was not particularly a very positive time for you, because you were feeling a bit stuck, because your planet was your ruling planet was retrograde, and you may have felt a bit less energized to take action. But post this full moon in a Capricorn, you were definitely fully energized and wanting to take action in whichever area you want to take action in. Now, Gemini's full moon is a time of relationship and focusing on the relationship. And the relationship is not just your spousal relationship or romantic relationship. It can be any relationship. And for you during this time, there's an emphasis on your relationship with the authority figure. So you have put in the effort. So it's a great time to project yourself and establish your sense of self in terms of your career, and also use this energy to grow and be part of a team, or collaborate with group activities or teamwork, whatever you're getting involved in your career. Collaborate and contribute, so that you are mutually benefiting from whatever your career environment is, whatever you're being offered, or whatever is available. You are getting the benefit of it because you have been working hard, Geminis, and you are definitely looking forward to some kind of growth in this area, and you're definitely very much interested in a promotion which leads to a more financial stability and growth. So use this energy to put yourself or project yourself in a way and contribute in your team that you are part of, so that it leads to gains for you as well, and you are growing and you're meeting your goals and ambitions as a result of the collaboration and the group activities that you're part of, Gemini. Now, because your money access is activated during this full moon, and second house is house of comfort and investing in things that makes you comfortable and making your environment more beautiful and luxurious, and having that comfort, emotional and physical, and to enjoy the money that you have. So you will be with Venus in sign of Cancer in your second house, along with the sun, though it's not conjuncting, but it's in the same sign. You will definitely feel the need to spend the money that you have, either savings or increase in personal income, like salary or wages that has increased. You will definitely feel the desire to spend some part of your money, or some money, or whatever money you can afford to spend, in creating your environment or buying luxurious things to enjoy life And with Jupiter and Neptune in the 10th house in a very harmonious aspect with the planets in the sign of Cancer, you will definitely feel rewarded for your effort, and as a result you will have that capability to spend some of your resources in making your environment more comfortable and to enjoy good things in life. So overall, Geminis, during this full moon in Capricorn, your commitment and your joint resources and how you see this aspect totally comes into focus, and is totally, you get a better understanding of your your intimacy and your personal dynamics. Your trust level is consolidated, your commitment level towards your partner, with whoever you are in a joint income, joint resources kind of situation, and you are feeling more secure financially and emotionally as well, because the financial situation has improved. Now, financial situation may improve as a result of your spouse or your whoever you are in partnership with, their salary increasing, or even there's a potential for both. So both can, the joint finances can improve, or there's an opportunity to improve, definitely. Now, as a result of the financial situation increasing and improving, you'll feel a better sense of self-worth, and you will be enjoying time more following the full moon in Capricorn. Cancer, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 7th house. Now, Capricorn is your opposite sign, Cancer, and in the 7th house, it's activating and illuminating and giving you greater understanding in terms of your partnership, relationship, one-to-one interactions, and this can be personal and business, both. Any kind of committed relationship or contractual relationship that you're in gets activated. Now, during this full moon in Capricorn, the Cancer season is definitely on. So there's a lot of focus on you, Cancer, in your life, and just generally anybody with Cancer prominent in their chart, whether it's rising or sun or moon, there's a lot of emphasis on them. So you have, during this time, during the full moon, there's Sun in your 1st house, and along with Sun is Venus. Though they're not conjuncting, but they are still together in the sign of Cancer in your 1st house. So there's a lot of focus on you. Now, you have been playing the role in the partnership for quite some time now. So with the focus on your 1st and 7th house, there's a need for balance in your relationship, and the relationship is with others and relationship with yourself too. So you need to balance the dynamics. Now, it's a great time for culmination and clarity and greater understanding of your circumstances and situation. So you are definitely in the mood to develop and grow and use this energy to understand and celebrate whatever there is to celebrate in your relationship. Now, Cancer, Mars has moved out of your sign this month, in the month of June, and has entered the sign of Leo in your 2nd house. So you will feel some kind of movement in your finances as well. If you are feeling that there is some kind of restriction or stuck energy where your finances is concerned, you'll feel some movement around the full moon in Capricorn, and you may encounter increase in finances due to partnership or business partnership, or even your spousal money, or anything that is joint or based on partnership. So you may see some kind of growth in those areas and some kind of movement in that area. Now, Cancer, during this full moon, the focus is a lot on you because the Sun is in your sign, and this is the time to really grow yourself and develop yourself and take the individual path that you want to take. You need to focus on your own life path and destiny as well, Cancer. You are in a relationship and you're focusing on the relationship during this time. Obviously, there is a need for balance in both the aspects, but do keep your own emotional needs in mind as well, your own emotional passion. What is it you want to achieve? So and do have the courage and the emotional strength to take that path, so by yourself, and improve your financial situation and your vocation and just overall life situation by yourself as well. So take a stand for yourself and grow individually, especially if there's a partnership that's you feel stuck or it's not growing. Now, if the partnership is blooming and is positive, then during this full moon, you'll feel that support more during this time and you will grow as a result of partnership. But if you feel it's holding you back and you're not growing, it's perfectly fine during this full moon and going forward to use this energy to, indulge, to get yourself involved in individual projects and your own ambitions, Cancer. Now, during this full moon, Jupiter is in Pisces in your 9th house and is in a very harmonious aspect to the full moon, and is also in a harmonious aspect to your sign, Cancer, because Pisces is a water sign and you're a water sign too. So it is in a good trine aspect to the sun during the entire Cancer season, and is a harmonious aspect with the Capricorn full moon in your 7th house. So it's really helping you and making me feel more open-minded and positive regarding your own growth, Cancer. And it's giving you the opportunity to create boundaries if there is no boundaries, especially if it's hindering your growth and you're not able to assert yourself and your needs in a partnership. It's a good aspect to really establish what you want and what is your life path and what are your needs as well. Now, any kind of relationship, whether it's group activities or projects or any kind of social network you're part of or club or association that you are involved in, if those are not serving you as well, then it's also time to assert your own needs and what is it you want from your life. And so any kind of relationship dynamics, whether it's your committed partnership or social group, or part of or a club or association you're part of, any organization you're part of, and you're not able to assert your needs, it's a good time to use this energy to assert yourself and be more ambitious and be more action oriented, to take that direction. Now, you are a cardinal sign, Cancer, and Capricorn is a cardinal sign too, so there's a lot of cardinal energy flowing, and it's a good time to really use this energy to move in the direction you want to move and assert your needs and go solo. If you are not able to get the support that you need, then don't stop yourself and don't hinder your growth. You yourself don't hinder your growth, and to have that courage, the emotional courage, and try to get past any fears or anything that's holding you back, and really assert yourself and take that path solely if that's what is required. Now, if you have the support of people around, then it's perfectly great, and that's how you should proceed. But if it's hindering your growth, Cancer, then it's time to really take that individual path to your destiny or wherever you want to go. So don't be stuck in the notion of partnership, and especially if it's not giving you the freedom to have a stand and to express yourself and to project yourself the way you want to. If it's stopping you from that, then take that individual path and go on that path by yourself as well, if that's what is required. So overall, Cancer, during this full moon in Capricorn, it's time to really build that inner strength and a firm foundation for your own growth. Now, depending on any partnership that is hindering your growth is not advisable and is not great for your own personal well-being, your own mental health and your own mental well-being. So you will have greater understanding of any kind of relationship that is not serving you, and it can be all kind of relationship, whether it's a social relationship, personal, business, anything. If it's not serving you, it's time to move forward and find that greater security and stability that you so inherently need and desire, and find that in yourself, within your own self, and by building up that inner confidence and inner strength, Cancer. Leo, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is the house of your daily work, your work environment, your productivity level, and also your health. So full moon here is giving you a better understanding and clarity in these areas. Now from the 6th house, the 12th house is getting activated because full moon in 6th house is opposite sun in your 12th house in the sign of Cancer, with Venus in the same sign during this full moon. Now this is a time that you get a better understanding of your health and your work situation. So you are really releasing any kind of stuck energy in these areas during this time, Leo. Now, if you think that the situation that you're in is not serving you, is not beneficial, or is not favoring you anymore, you will be inclined to make some changes in that area, or you will have the opportunity to make some changes. Now, with the 12th house planet, it's also time for a rest, because Cancer season generally for Leo is not much of an action time. It's more of a rest time because Sun is always in your 12th house. Now, balancing your productivity level and your work situation with the need to relax and rest and recharge your batteries, it's a good idea to focus on your health as well. Now, Leos, you are prone to overworking, though it may not come across because you seem very effortless to people outside. But because Capricorn rules your 6th house, you are a very hard-working sign, Leos. And because you're a fixed sign, you're very much focused and very single-focused on your ambition. Now, with the full moon in your 6th house, what's coming to focus during this time is your health and your work. So are you able to balance your work and health? Are you exerting too much, and is that affecting your health? Now, if there was any kind of health concern during the early part of this year, or even ongoing up till now, you will get some kind of relief in those areas. You will come to know what is going on, or what is the reason for your low energy. Any kind of health matter will come to light during this time. Also, your work situation, if you are exerting too much and you are really contributing a lot in teamwork, and you will be very enthusiastic and willing to contribute in your work environment, because Capricorn is an ambitious sign, it's a hard-working sign, and with full moon in there, you are definitely ready to show what you're made of, really want to contribute and offer your help in your work environment. But it's very important to keep in mind your health and not overexert, Leos. So if you're in any kind of schedule, just daily schedule or daily habit that is really making you exert a bit too much and is affecting your health, maybe it's time to take a step back and have that rest and relax and really rethink your strategy regarding your work situation. Now, if you are planning on changing your job or wanting to change your work situation, like maybe hours of work or something, it's a good time to think on these matters. Now do be careful regarding not to leave your job or resign from your job before you're secure, or you have another opportunity waiting in the wings. So be careful you don't leave a job or resign from a job and without thinking and regret it later on that you didn't secure yourself with another job before you leave the current one. So think about what you want to do and really get the ball rolling in terms of how you want to schedule your daily life and your work and daily routine, your health, everything. I mean, it's a good time to rethink on these things, recharge your batteries, and get a better clarity in terms of what is it you want to achieve, Leo. Now, Jupiter is in your 8th house, Leos, and from there it's forming a harmonious aspect with the full moon in Capricorn in your 6th house. So you may have situation where there is kind of a positive outcome in terms of your joint finances, or something that is mutually beneficial for you, which is improving your daily life. Now, it's also a good time to get past any kind of limiting aspect to your life or any kind of fear that's holding you back, and release these energies and really get past any relationship that is restricting. And this can be work relationship, personal relationship, anything that is restricting you. Get past that in your daily life. So let old patterns and old relationship that is not serving you, Leos, let it go and release it and move forward. So if you're in a work environment which is toxic and is really draining you and you're not happy with that situation, then let it go and move into something that is more conducive to your well-being. So Leos, this full moon in Capricorn is a very good time to realize what is beneficial for your well-being, for your health and your mental well-being. And also you can use this time to retreat and treat yourself, self-care. So you can get away somewhere and enjoy yourself a little bit, relax, and rethink, use the time to recharge your batteries and rethink whatever you want to do in future. So it's a good time to do all that as well. And as a result, your schedule, the busy schedule and the productivity, that constant productivity that cycle you're in, it's a good time to break that and focus on your own well-being as well and your own healing process, Leos. Now 12th house is also the house of imagination and creativity. It's also house of spirituality. So if you are interested in these matters, it's a good time to really look within you and see where your own inner peace comes from, and really look into your own unconscious and subconscious self and grow and see what are your needs, what are your own personal emotional inner needs, Leos, and move from there. Because once you realize what you really inherently want and you take action on that and use your productivity to establish your own inner needs, whatever you inherently want from inside and whatever your calling is, focus on that and move forward. So you will feel more productive and more happy, and your health will be much better if you're doing something that you're enjoying rather than just being part of the grind and just keep going in a direction that you're not enjoying and is where you don't see your future. So use your vision and your subconscious need, your inner emotional, whatever needs you have, your desire, where you want to go in life, and use your productivity and the time to achieve that. So overall, Leos, during this full moon, your work and your health aspect is coming into full focus, and you have to take heed to what is naturally being presented to you in terms of your work and health. Exerting yourself too much and giving yourself, contributing yourself too much in your work when it's really not helping you and it's not favoring you and is not growing you and is affecting your health, then it's not a good idea to go that path. So rethink and think over what is it you want to achieve, and if you need to release any energy in terms of your work job you're into and you need to go into some other direction, and make sure you are stable and secure within you financially and emotionally before you take that step, because taking that step into something without thinking and being emotionally stable is not going to be productive and is not going to grow you. So think about what you want to do and take action. Leos, you are going through a transformation in your daily life, in your work environment, what you do for a living. And the transformation is going on for several years since Pluto is in that house for you, Leos. So you are definitely coming towards the end of that transformation now, where you have realized what is it you want to do and how you want to take your life forward, what is your calling in terms of how you want to make a living and how you want to go forward from there. So use this full moon in Capricorn to really push that forward now and really do something that is good for your well-being and for your mental state, Leos. And as a result, you will feel more transformed, productive and efficient in doing something that you truly enjoy. Virgos, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 5th house. Now, 5th house is the house of fun, creativity, romance, and your inner passion or any personal interest that you have. So full moon in the 5th house is really opening up to you or illuminating and making it more clear anything or themes related to your creativity, personal passion, on your personal agenda, and what you want to take on in life and what you're passionate about. Now, with the full moon in fifth house, the sun is opposited in the 11th house, which is the house of your social activities, social circle, your peers, colleagues, people you interact with, or more on a social and professional level. So sun over there is in the sign of Cancer. Now with the sun, now along with the sun, Venus is also in the sign of Cancer, though they are not conjunct, but they are in the same sign. So there's an emphasis on your personal passion, what you are passionate about, what is your personal agenda, with the group activities, your social circle, your network, your colleagues and peers. Jupiter is in your seventh house during this full moon. It's in the sign of Pisces, along with Neptune in your seventh house. So your relationship, any one-to-one interaction is coming into play, and this Jupiter is in a harmonious aspect to the full moon in your fifth house. So there's a good energy, a positive energy, harmonious energy relating to partnering and romancing, and using the time to get into a new relationship or anything like that. So if that's what you're looking at. Now fifth house is also creativity and children. So if you have children, it's a good time to also indulge in fun activities with them. And if you don't, and if you're looking to have children, then it's a great time also to initiate that, to have children, to become a parent. Now the ruler of Capricorn, where the full moon is occurring, is Saturn, and Saturn is in retrograde motion during this time and is in your sixth house in the sign of Aquarius. So you can see some themes related to work. So you may feel what you're taking on in life and what you think you're passionate about is related to your work environment, and as a result of that, you're not much focusing on your social or friend circle, and you are moving away from that a little bit because your focus is so much on the fifth house matter, on your own growth and your own personal interest. So it's a good idea to so it's a good idea to find a balance between and be in that emotional state and logical state where if you're taking any decision regarding your own interest and creativity and your own personal, you're balancing it with your social network. If you need any support, you are getting that support from them, and you're not just working in your own head and in your own environment. You're not stuck in a place and you're not able to ask for help and support. It's a good idea to ask for help and support from your social network and any kind of partnership relationship that you have. It's a good idea to use all these contacts to help you grow. So there's a lot of emphasis on your personal interest, your work, your social network, and your partnership during this time, and also your creativity, because fifth house is creativity and romance as well. So you are looking to have some fun time as well, and it's a good idea to have that, so to get away from the grind of your work, because Saturn in Aquarius in your sixth house since the beginning of 2021 is making you exert a bit too much in your work, and you're really working really hard. So it's a good idea to use this full moon and do something that is enjoyable with your group, with your friends, and get out and really enjoy and meet people, your friends, and go to places and just do things that is enjoyable and something that you enjoy, you're passionate about, and just which delights you and really is relaxing for you. Now Virgos, you're definitely working hard in your work, and you're very much interested in expressing what your talents are as well, especially during this full moon in Capricorn. So it's also important to create some limitations and boundaries around, so that you're not taken advantage of. Now work can become obsession for you, and you can become very passionate about what you're doing, and this can lead to burnout, especially during this full moon, because it's time of heightened emotions and you're exerting more, contributing more, and really putting yourself out there. So be mindful that you're looking into the pros and cons, and be more logical and lead from a more logical place than an emotional place, Virgos. So you have all the information before you're taking a decision regarding work matters or partnership, or any kind of romance you're getting into. So be mindful of what decision you're making, and do depend on the support of your colleagues and your social network and your friends and anybody you're in close ties with. So you can depend on them for support and help during this time. So overall, Virgos, during this full moon in Capricorn, you will have the opportunity to really use your passion or talent and show it to the world, and really have a opportunity to grow through that. Or even you can have a romance, or somebody that comes into your life that you can have a romantic relationship with them. So it's a good idea to be a bit more logical and look into the pros and cons, and look into the detail before getting into anything, because it can lead to burnout. Now, Capricorn is an ambitious and workaholic sign, so you can turn your passion and interest, which is supposed to be enjoyable. Now, be careful not to turn your internal talents, passion, whatever you're doing, something that is enjoyable, into a more of a tedious thing during this time. So have fun, spend time with your social network, spend time with your friends, and enjoy, and don't get yourself involved into something that may seem very appealing at first, but it can be very consuming, and where you are required to really exert a lot and contribute a lot. So do lead from a logical mindset than be emotionally motivated. So be mindful what you're signing up to, and make wise decisions so that you don't end up in an unfavorable situation, Virgos. Libra. For you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 4th house. Now, 4th house is the house of your home, your house, your address, your family environment, your emotional stability and comfort level. So 4th house is the house of your roots, where you lay down your roots. So that's what the 4th house is. A full moon in 4th house is opposite the sun in your 10th house, which is the house of your career, your vocation, and your reputation in the world. So during this full moon in Capricorn, Libras, your home environment is coming into focus, and you're getting a greater understanding and more clarity in terms of your family situation, your family environment, people you live on a day-to-day basis. You're just your family members, and your home and your house as well. So this full moon in Capricorn may make you understand what you have, and you may feel the need to celebrate what you have in your house. If it's a positive and uplifting kind of situation in your family environment, you will appreciate that and celebrate that and really enjoy what is there. So now, with the sun in your 10th house in the sign of Cancer, your career and your professional standing is also coming into focus. So a full moon is a time of finding a balance between your 4th house matter and your 10th house matter. So there is a need to balance the energies in terms of your home and your career. Now, full moon in your 4th house is really releasing energy, any stuck energies that there might be in your home environment or in your emotional setup. Now, you may also change houses, or you may renovate your house, or just redecorate, even on a small scale level. It may not be a drastic change, it could just be a little tweak here and there, and this will help you to feel a bit more relaxed and emotionally comfortable in your home environment. You may also be coming to some kind of issues related to your home environment, or anything that is holding you back, or some kind of difficult situation or obstacles related to your home and family environment, something that is stuck and not growing and is not benefiting you career wise. So there's an opportunity to understand your 4th house matter, your home matters, and improve and refocus your energy so that you're able to constructively improve what's available. And there could be situation where the family members need your time and need greater attention, and are need greater attention from you, and the demands are quite high and you're not able to balance it with your career. So you will get a full understanding of what are the needs and what do you need, how you can nurture your family better, how you can take care of them better. You will have a greater awareness of their needs and their emotional nature, what you're dealing with in your family life. So you will have greater understanding of that. If there's any family member that is difficult to handle, you will get a better understanding of how to come around and use your positive energy to resolve matters and reconcile any differences that there might be in your family situation. Now Jupiter is in your 6th house and is in a harmonious aspect to the full moon in Capricorn and also to the sun in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house. So you will have this positive improvement in terms of your home environment, and you will feel some kind of move, a positive move in your daily life, in your daily schedule and habits. Whatever you have in your daily life, you will feel, so you will have the opportunity to have some positive movement in that, and that will help you in terms of your home, and you will be in a situation to offer yourself and nurture your family more positively and with more energy, and as a result provide more firm structure and more emotional setting for your family, and as a result meet whatever the needs they have. Now Cancer season is a time for you Libras to focus more on your career matters as well, your professional growth. So with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, you'll get a positive help in terms of your career because it's trining the planets in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house. So it's a free-flowing, helpful, lucky aspect which will give you a bit more growth in terms of your career. So you might have a job situation or work situation that improves, and you, as a result, you see a growth in your career or a better reputation in your work environment as a result of this positive aspect. So overall Libras, during this full moon in Capricorn, there's a great focus on your home and family environment. So you'll get better clarity and understanding in order to acknowledge and readjust anything that you need to do in terms of your family environment. And if you will come to know of any kind of difficulties, if there is, or anything that needs reconciling with family members, or if there's any kind of difficult situation, any crisis, all this will come to light, and you will have the energy and positive aspect from Jupiter in Pisces to help you understand the emotional needs of your family members, and as a result provide them that safe and nurturing roots and home environment for them to enjoy and have that emotional stability. And as a result, that will give you as well more happiness and delight, and you'll feel much more stable in your home environment if you're more nurturing and you've met the needs of your family members, especially during this full moon in Capricorn, Libra. Scorpios, for you the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 3rd house. Now 3rd house is a house of communication. It's a house of your immediate environment, your close ties, and even communicating and sharing ideas just with and interacting with your local community. So full moon in your 3rd house is bringing the themes related to that in focus. Now you will be in the mood and very much encouraged to interact and bond with close ties with siblings or just your immediate environment. You're also very communicative and sharing ideas and really enjoying the one-to-one interaction in terms of communicating and bonding with people close to you. So with full moon in the 3rd house in the sign of Capricorn is opposite the sun in your 9th house, which is in the sign of Cancer. So 9th house is about expanding your mind through higher learning and interacting with foreign cultures and just opening up your mind to different perspective and belief system. So with full moon in your 3rd house, you're very much interested in interacting with your close ties and your inner circle. But the sun in your ninth house is encouraging you to look a bit further and to expand your horizon, interact with people who are unfamiliar to you and are of foreign, or from foreign lands. So you can do this through traveling, or if traveling is not possible, you can do this through interacting online and collaborating with people online and opening up your mind through that. You can also expand your mind through interacting with your mentor or teacher or somebody you look up to. So this full moon is a time to find a balance between your third house matter, which is your perception and your opinion and your personal thought process, with the ninth house as themes, which is wider knowledge and opening up your mind and looking at the bigger picture. So during the entire Cancer season, there's a great emphasis on doing something that is expanding your mind, and this could be through learning as well. So you could go for education, something higher education, or just by interacting with people from different cultures. Now, Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces in your fifth house. Now, fifth house is about your self-expression. It's your creativity. So you will be encouraged to use so this is a harmonious aspect with the sun and the moon. It's sextiling the full moon in Capricorn and trining with the sun in Cancer. So it's a great time to really use your bonding and connection and networking and opening up your mind through higher learning and interacting with unfamiliar and foreign people of different cultures. So going beyond your inner circle and inner realm and really looking even further for knowledge and growth and personal development. So this harmonious aspect from the Jupiter and Pisces will really expand your mind and will make you embrace things that are beyond you and things that you have not experienced, and really open up to you to the larger perspective of life, and really even affect you in terms of your belief system and philosophies, and really see life in a different light. And this will help you in terms of your future vision of your life, and what is it that you want to achieve in future, and what is the mindset, what is your mindset, how and the mindset that you're in. It will really expand that, and you will see things in different perspective. Now, Scorpios, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your fourth house, and Uranus is in the sign of Taurus in your seventh house. So during the middle of the June, the Saturn was squaring Uranus, so you might have felt a bit of a restriction and a tense situation in terms of your relationship and your home environment. So during the full moon in Capricorn, we are well past that disruptive influence of Saturn squaring Uranus, which was in the middle of the June. So you will feel a bit of a relief in terms of your home environment and your relationship, and if there was any kind of difficult situation that arose due to that square. So this full moon in Capricorn for you Scorpios will open up your mind and your mindset and refocus your energies in order to handle the situation, a life situation that you may be in a more open-minded way. Now, Scorpios, you're quite spot on your instinct and your whatever you feel from within, your gut feeling. So it's a good idea to expand your mind and your perspective based on what you're feeling from within, your gut feeling. So lead from there, Scorpios. Now, with Jupiter and Neptune both in your fifth house, you may have opportunities where you're able to show your talent and inner passion, take more action on your inner passion or whatever personal interest that you have, and move those things forward. And you will be and this Capricorn new moon will really give you that energy to take direct action in these areas. Now, fifth house is also the house of creativity and children, so you may expect a pregnancy, that if that's what you're aiming at. So you may be becoming a parent or on that path to becoming a parent. So all this is there for you Scorpios. So overall, Scorpios, for you during this full moon in Capricorn, your communication skills is coming to the forefront, and it's really changing your perspective on things due to that. Now, you may have to use your communication skill more skillfully in order to come across in a more productive and constructive way in terms of your family environment, in your family members and relationship. And you will be able to refocus your energy and use your communication skill, your heightened, your really impressive and efficient communication skills now to open up your mind, and as a result understand the different viewpoints in your life and with different relationship in your life. So Scorpios, if you have got an important message or something you want to communicate in your relationship or in your close ties or just people in your life, then it's a good idea to really look into what you're saying and how you're expressing yourself, and use your better judgment and broader mindset and your communication style to get yourself heard in terms of your family environment and the people in your life and the relationships that you have in your life, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your second house. Now the second house is the house of your personal finance, your resources, your sense of self-worth. It's the house of your assets and your sustenance. So with full moon in your second house, you are getting a understanding and greater clarity about your personal financial situation, and you are enjoying what you have. You are in the mood to celebrate whatever you have available. You're feeling more purposeful and you're more pragmatic in terms of the resources that you have and how you can use it to get a sense of self-worth. Now with the full moon in your second house, the sun is opposite in your eighth house, which is the house of joint resources and joint finances, and also is the house of commitment and trust and intimacy. So with the sun in your eighth house, your intimate relationship and your commitment level to that is coming into focus. Now along with sun, there is Venus as well in your eighth house in the sign of Cancer, though they are not conjuncting, but they are together there. So now with Venus in your eighth house along with sun, you're getting this chance, opportunity to really bond and connect more with others, especially in intimate relationship in terms of your joint finances, self-worth and the resources, and just intimacy, commitment, trust, loyalty, devotion. You are getting this greater chance to really make this more harmonious. Now during this full moon, Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces in your fourth house. Now fourth house is your home environment, your family members. So Jupiter from this placement is forming a very harmonious aspect with the full moon in Capricorn in your second house. So you will have the opportunity to indulge in something to make your house or your home environment more relaxing and enjoyable, and even with your family members you will have a time and opportunity to use resources to create a more joyful experience during this full moon. Now this full moon time is a good time to really enjoy what you have and spend time with your family members and really enjoy and rest and relax and really recharge yourself and develop trust and greater bond with your intimate relationships. Sagittarius, you're also going through a change and transformation in terms of your daily habits and your lifestyle, and also your health matters. So creating more trust and intimacy in your immediate environment and your family matters and relationship as well will give you a greater sense of stability in your daily life. And also your health will improve due to that, because you feel a bit more stable, feel more anchored emotionally and physically in your home environment. You're happier and you're able to nurture your family members better as a result of this emotional stability. Now with the full moon in your second house of personal income, there's great opportunity to increase your personal income through salary or whatever the way you make your living. So you will have this opportunity to do that. Now you have put in a lot of effort and work in your life and in your career over the period of time, Sagittarius. So it's also a good time to reap the rewards of the effort that you have put in. So this improvement in your financial situation or change in a financial situation, and you will have better sense of self-worth, and you feel more good about yourself because you're able to achieve your goals and ambitions, and you're also being rewarded for your effort. So you will feel very confident in yourself, Sagittarius, and this will really give you the confidence to, collaborate and, associate and connect with people as well in a group or in a social environment. So you will be really encouraged, and you will have the desire as well to do that because you feel much more in tune with your inner being and your inner self. So this improvement in your personal finances and resources will give you the opportunity to strike a balance in your partnership, because now you have your own capabilities of making money, and you're more stable and secure emotionally as well, Sagittarius. So overall, Sagittarius, during this full moon in Capricorn, your sense of self-worth is improved due to your improved financial situation. Now, this will make you feel really confident and happy in yourself, and will make you splurge on things related to your house and your home environment or family members. And all this will really make you happy and give you peace of mind, and will relax you more, or will give you more mental and emotional stability in terms of your resources and joint resources, and your place in the partnership and your own nurturing capabilities. You will be able to offer yourself more in your home environment because you are confident, motivated, and more happy. Capricorn, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your first house, in your own sign. So it's a really fantastic time for you, Capricorns. Now, the first house is all about you yourself. It's about your attitude, your presence, your life direction, your personal destiny. So full moon in the house of self is asking you to acknowledge your own accomplishment, your own presence, and your own skills and capabilities and what you're made of. So really shine the light on yourself, Capricorn, during this time. And the spotlight is definitely on you, and people around you are also noticing your influence and are getting inspired by you too. Now, Sun is on the opposite side of the moon in the sign of Cancer in your 7th house. So relationship, partnership, any kind of one-to-one interaction, one-to-one ties that you have in your life, you are really waking up to that a little bit more during this time, and you are really eager to bond and please people in your life, especially the ones you really are close to and the people who are like on the same page as you. So you're really eager to spend more time connecting and bonding and really pleasing them and making them happy. Now, Jupiter is in Pisces during this full moon in Capricorn, and it's forming a very harmonious aspect with your sign, Capricorn. So Jupiter is all about positivity and optimism and hopefulness. So in your 3rd house, it's making you more eager to connect and bond with your immediate surroundings, be it your neighbor, your close tie, your siblings, or any kind of contacts you have which is more on local level. So you're definitely very much eager to network as well. Now, if there's any kind of job opportunities or any interview you're deciding to take or any job application you want to forward, it's a great time to initiate these things because Jupiter is having a very harmonious aspect on your 1st house. So people interviewing you or people meeting you or networking with you or anybody you're interacting with, even acquaintances or any encounters that you have, either personal or professional, will really see the bright illuminated side of you, Capricorn, during this time because the focus is really on you and you're really shining during this time. Now, Saturn is your ruling planet, Capricorn, and is the ruling planet of the full moon as well during this time, which is in Capricorn. So Saturn is placed in Aquarius in your 2nd house. So from here, Saturn was squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus just in the middle of the month of June. So it might have been a time, especially the middle of June, when you especially the first 2 weeks of June, when you felt a slight financial crunch. The money was flowing out in expenses, and it might have put you a little bit on the edge, especially made you slightly insecure regarding the finances. But that disruptive energy of Saturn squaring Uranus is declining around the full moon in Capricorn on 24th of June. So you will not feel much of the disruptive effect of this square later in the month. And you will be a little bit more in a better financial situation. The situation might improve a little bit, but you still need to keep an eye on your finance and be mindful about your spending, especially till the end of this year, because there will be another Saturn squaring Uranus in December. So the theme of your expenses and your financial well-being is still there until the end of this year. So just keep an eye on that. So for you Capricorn, the Cancer season, which will be on during the full moon in Capricorn, is a very much time where you are connecting and partnering and developing a relationship and or enjoying relationship that you have. So you will be so you would need to balance your energy with your partner relationship and your own energies on yourself, because the focus is on you as well. So this is a great time to really develop healthy relationship with others and relationship with yourself as well. So do indulge in any kind of self-care or taking care of health or just well-being, or if there's something you want to do which is enjoyable or will make you happy, it's a good time to indulge in these things as well, but be mindful of your finances too. Now, full moon in the first house is definitely illuminating your path and really making you take note of your own skills and capabilities and use it to move forward in life. Now, when the planets transit in the first house, which is an angular house, the whole chart comes into play and the whole chart is affected. So your entire life, all aspects of life, especially your career, your home, partnership, and yourself. So all these themes will get a chance for improvement and enhancement post the full moon in Capricorn. So second half of the year, Capricorns, is much better than what the first half was. This full moon is a time for you to nourish yourself and nurture yourself, as well as nurture your relationship that you have. So any close ties, relationship, spousal, or any kind of business partnership, it's a great opportunity to really nurture these relationships and keep the focus on yourself. So do assert your personal needs, whatever you are, whatever your desires are, your emotional needs. So always lead during this time from your inner voice, what you are, what is your need, what do you want from life, what are your goals and ambitions, because your individual path is illuminated during this full moon Capricorn. So you are definitely asserting, and there is a need to assert your own needs and really lead from your well-being, from the place of your well-being and your interest. Now Capricorn, if you're faced with any kind of obstacles or hindrances, or any kind of crisis or any kind of difficult situation in matters of partnership or close ties or finances or anything, you will have the energy now to really focus and be more responsible. You will have greater chances of really taking care of anything that's not going in your favor, and you will have the endurance and the sense of responsibility to improve your life and to improve your situation. So it's a great time to really reinvent yourself and really use your skills, your communication skills, your health, how you project yourself. So all aspect of your personality, there's a chance to really adjust and acknowledge your strength and adjust anything that you think that needs improvements. So do use this full moon in Capricorn in your sign to move forward on the path of your personal destiny, Capricorn. So overall, Capricorn, during the full moon in Capricorn on the 24th of June, it's a great time to really eliminate anything that's not working for you and really adjust anything that's not serving you, and acknowledge your strength and your own capabilities and lead from your inner voice. What is your personal destiny? Where do you want to take your life? Balancing your energies with your partner is definitely required, and creating a harmonious link with people you interact with is definitely favorable, and you will be eager to do that. But if there are obstacles and something that's hindering you in your life, it's a good idea to really bring the focus on yourself and lead from the point of your own personal growth and development, Capricorn. This is a great opportunity for complete radical change in your life Capricorn, it's really a life-changing time for you. You can get a complete life makeover during this time. So do use this full moon energy to understand what's going on in your life, and to eliminate anything that's not serving you, it's not favoring you, it's not helping you grow. It will be an emotional time, Capricorn, most definitely, but the universe is really helping you to grow you and to really take you on that path of your destiny. Aquarius, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is the house of your subconscious. It's a house of isolation, escapism, and retreat, where you go and recharge your batteries. 12th house also deals with old patterns and the past and closures that you have to deal with. So anything that is not serving you, anything that is holding you back, it's time to release these energies, because full moon in the 12th house is really illuminating and giving you more clarity and better understanding of what are the patterns that is limiting you, and are you restricting yourself towards healing yourself? Are you holding back from healing yourself? So these are the things that you need to look into, Aquarius. So with the moon in the 12th house in the sign of Capricorn, sun automatically goes in the 6th house in the sign of Cancer. Now, during this full moon, sun is along with Venus in your 6th house in the sign of Cancer. Now, it's not conjunct, but it is together in the same house. So the focus is a lot on your daily routine and your lifestyle and your health, Aquarius, during this full moon in Capricorn. So what is required during this full moon is to find a balance between your 6th house and 8th house. So work schedule and time to rest as well. So you need to find a work and life balance. And if you're working hard, you need to also find time to rest your mind, body, and soul, because that's the way you're going to heal, and that's the way you will be more productive and be able to contribute more if you have rested yourself. So keep an eye out on your health matters and your work schedule, and don't overexert and burn out. Now, during this full moon, Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces, and it's in your 2nd house, Aquarius. So money matters is also in the focus during this full moon in Capricorn. Your possession, resources, your ability to make money, your personal income, the wages, whatever you earn on a daily basis or even monthly basis is coming into focus, and you are feeling more confident to earn more and improve your financial situation. So Jupiter in the sign of Pisces is in a very harmonious aspect to your 6th house and 12th house, where the sun and the moon are during this full moon. So you are definitely very much confident in improving your financials, and there's a divine help to do that as well, and you will be able to manage your work schedule and just your daily habit, just your daily routine in a way, and get past old limiting patterns to improve your financials, to improve your money making capabilities. So it's definitely a very positive time for you to improve income as a result of your work schedule, or you're taking on more responsibilities and you're able to even manage that and balance that, and that is required for you to do that, to achieve that. But there is naturally a help there, so you will be able to, you are definitely thinking, and you will be able to balance these energies. But do take care of your health as well, Aquarius, and do rest and recharge your batteries. Now, Aquarius, this full moon in Capricorn is a very emotional time for you, because it's in the house of your subconscious. It's not a physical house. 12th house deals more with your unconscious self and patterns, especially the limiting and old patterns. So full moon here is definitely asking you to get past and release and let go of anything that is holding you back, even if it is you yourself holding yourself back. Now be mindful that your health, your mental health comes into play as well. Now physical health is definitely there, so you do need to take care of these themes. Now you have planets in your 1st house. Saturn is in Aquarius in your 1st house, and Uranus is in Taurus in your 4th house. So you have this square occurring with yourself and your family matters, and this may seem a bit disruptive, especially in the mid of June. So use this energy to channel it in a more constructive way and refocus your energy so that you're able to meet the demands and expectations of your family members and also focusing on your own personal health and your own personal path and your own destiny. So be mindful of how you're managing it, and how you're balancing your health and work aspect and your family aspect too. So the influence of this square aspect will be declining towards the end of the month of June, but be mindful that there would be another square in the month of December. So the theme of your family and self is continued until the end of this year. So it will be off and on. So try to focus your energy in a constructive and productive way where your family matters are concerned, and your emotional stability and security, your sense of emotional comfort is concerned. It's definitely a good idea to really look at that. And anything that's limiting you, Aquarius, or holding you back, just release it. And because it's not serving you anymore, it's not contributing to your growth, and this is the time to really push yourself in on that path of your own personal destiny, and this will really satisfy and fulfill you, Aquarius. So overall, Aquarius, during this full moon in Capricorn, your inner fears or anything that you feel limited by is coming to the surface. Any old patterns that was holding you back or is holding you back is coming to the surface. You are realizing, and you're able to see it more clearly. So it's important to get past any old patterns, any restricting and limiting patterns that you have in your life, even if it's just on a mental level and just is your mindset or perspective. So it's important to get past things that is so it's important to get past limiting patterns, especially in terms of your family, finances, yourself, your career, your work aspect of life. So it's important to get past these things and create an environment, Aquarius, that is more healing to you, and is healing your mind, body and soul, and is able to take you past the fears, any that is limiting you. And that is the way to see the future, Aquarius, in a positive, renewed way, and with a better mindset, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, the full moon in Capricorn occurs in your 11th house. Now, the 11th house is the house of your social network, the social circle, your friend circle. It's a house of your hopes and wishes, your future plans, or anything, any project that you're working on, or any club or organization that you're part of. So this full moon is bringing a lot of focus on your group activities, teamwork, and your relationship with your peers and your social circle. So full moon here is also giving you a better understanding and clarity as to what is your contribution in a group, in a team. So what is it that you're contributing and how you're contributing it. You're also very eager to engage in any kind of teamwork and group activities, and really spend time in connecting and bonding with your social circle. So if you got friends that you haven't seen for a while, it's a good time to engage with them and really connect with them again. Now, with the moon in the 11th house, the sun is opposite it in your 5th house in the sign of Cancer. Now, along with sun, Venus is also there in your 5th house in the sign of Cancer. So you're also very much interested and focused on your own personal interest and your own talents and skills, and what you are personally contributing versus your role in a team, in a group. So there's a need to balance these energies out, and you will get a more understanding of what is your role in a group. Now, full moon is a time of releasing anything that is stuck, and really acknowledging any old patterns or anything that is stopping you from moving ahead, because it's time of great clarity. So any association or organization or club you're part of, where you're involved in group activities and teamwork, and you think that your own personal interest is not being acknowledged and you are not being heard, it's time to really look at that and see how you can improve the situation there and what you can do. Or if you need to let go of any kind of group setup or any club that you're part of, then this full moon is giving you the opportunity to understand these things better and adjust and acknowledge anything that is hindering your growth. Now, Jupiter is in your sign Pisces during this full moon and is forming a very harmonious aspect to this full moon, and this will give you the energy to present yourself in the best light in your social setup, Pisces. So Pisces, your ruling planet Neptune and Jupiter, which is in Pisces during this time, is going to be retrograde around the full moon in Capricorn. So you may feel that your energy is depleted during this time. So it's a good idea to really connect with people who support you and your social network where you feel more comfortable and happy, and use this energy to connect with other people, your friends, your close ties, children, your partnership and your relationship that you're in. Really connect with them and really present yourself, be there. Your presence is important, so be present and bond with people who love and care for you, Pisces. Also, it's a very good time to indulge in any kind of hobbies or passions or any kind of creative talents that you have. You can really use this full moon in Capricorn energy with the sun in your 5th house to really enjoy something that you are good at, or something that is your personal interest, your talents, any skill that you have. You can really use this energy to express yourself creatively and artistically as well, Pisces. So overall, Pisces, during this full moon in Capricorn, there's a lot of focus on your social network and your personal interest and your personal passions. So you will have the opportunity to realize who is part of your social network and what kind of club and organization you're part of, and are you enjoying the company? Are you really happy with what you're contributing, and what is your role in the team that you're part of, or the group that you're part of? So all these things will come to the surface, and it's a great opportunity to acknowledge people you associate with and really be there for your people who are close to you, your relationship or anything like that. So be present, Pisces, for people who love and support you. And if you've realized that there is a group of people or somebody who is not really supportive or not really there for you, or you're not able to gel well with them, then it's okay to release that relationship and move forward, because what is important is your own well-being and your own healing as well. So move forward with the positive energy of this full moon. So be mindful whom you're connecting with, and if you're happy with your connection and the group that you're part of. There's a lot of changes in your group dynamics, and you will receive more information, more clarity as the time moves on, and you will have a better understanding of whom to rely on and who is your close circle, and how you can be present to help and support them as they help and support you, Pisces. Thank you for watching my full moon in Capricorn video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the content is of some value to you and you can use it in your life to guide yourself in a more aware and helpful manner. Thank you very much, and please do like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.